Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. WTF, man. I mean, holy crap. What is wrong with these people? It's absolutely insane how far these Democrats are willing to go to cover for Antifa, which, by the way, is now a declared terrorist organization, so let's go ahead and rephrase that. It's absolutely insane how far the Democrat Party is willing to go to cover for an active terrorist organization. It's very clear, it's very obvious to anyone that these black-clad thugs on the streets, they represent a violent extremist movement, a violent extremist threat to the nation. Everybody with two working eyeballs and two working brain cells can see it. It should honestly be the easiest thing in the world to condemn their actions, but time and time again, Democrats can't even do that. It reminds me of the summer of riots in 2020 where it took Joe Biden over 100 days to come out publicly and condemn the violence. They didn't want to do it because they were loving it. They were loving the political effect that it was having on the president. And now, well, it seems to be the same thing, right? They're hoping the riots, the violence, the extremism, the terrorism is creating chaos that they could then flip on the president, just as Destiny told us.
If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald.
Yeah, the left is completely unhinged, violent, terroristic, and it's not their fault, no, it's your fault for voting for Donald Trump. That's basically what they want to convince people of, that Trump's the problem and not them. And so here we are, the terrorism continues, the political intimidation, the attacks on ICE agents, and Democrats across the board are shamelessly running cover for Antifa. And not just by ignoring it, pretending it's not happening, or crafting finger-pointing narratives towards the president, but actively pushing fake news, propaganda, and misrepresenting video evidence to run cover for their riotous actions. This is absolutely wild. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so here's the first example. We got Democrat Senator Ron Wyden, who smugly posted this little clip where he basically says, here's a video of the Portland ICE facility sent to me from moments ago, and see? Nothing to see here, folks. There's no radicalism, no Antifa threat. Again, these people think we're freaking stupid. What a complete joke. That video is a daytime clip of the facility, when of course Antifa is sleeping. Everybody knows that these riots and ambushes are happening at night. These Antifa LARPers are nocturnal agitators. They don't have jobs. They're likely USAID and Soros funded, and so they don't need to be up in the morning. No, they're out there at 2 o'clock in the morning vandalizing the building. And that's why all of the clips that we've seen, all the riots, all the fire bombings, it all happens at night.
Turn it down! We the people need sleep!
And also in this nothing to see here, folks clip, you can see, I mean, the proof is in your face. Look at the graffiti splashed all over the facility. And you don't even see it all because, well, you'll notice that in that video, the facility is completely boarded up. I wonder why they'd board up the walls. Maybe it has something to do with Antifa coming out night after night and spray painting threats, smashing glass, torching the damn building. I mean, look at this photo. This is what it looks like without the wood panels. And notice there's some very diabolical, very aggressive, terroristic threats written on the wall. Well, let me ask you, Mr. Ron Wyden, if there's nothing happening as you suggest, why the hell does the building look like it's in the middle of a war zone? Well, obviously he knows, and he's simply deliberately gaslighting people. And that's all these people are doing. This Wyden clown isn't alone. No, Portland's own mayor is right there with him. He comes out condemning federal intervention and claiming that the riot footage that's being posted, well, it's all just old video from years ago.
The president will not find lawlessness or violence here. I've been so deeply disappointed to see the footage from a half decade ago recycled and then recycled again. If President Trump came to Portland today, what he would find is people riding their bikes, playing sports, enjoying the sunshine, buying groceries or produce from a farmer's market, as the governor had noted. We've had hard conversations and we've done important work in the years since that footage was taken. We reformed our public safety system. We've refocused our community and on our economy, and we've redoubled our efforts to help our most vulnerable.
Give me a frickin' break. That is an outright lie. Old videos from years ago. No, all the videos that we've played, and there's a whole lot more. nightly. It's been happening for months. But of course, the chaos is happening in their backyard, but instead of address it, they'd rather gaslight, they'd rather lie. Again, it's just a right-wing conspiracy theory, a fake premise that Donald Trump is using to advance his authoritarian agenda. Absolutely disgusting. And of course, Chuck Schumer jumped in as well, not to condemn the violence, no, but rather to condemn the president.
People of Los Angeles got upset, and the lower court threw it out.
30 seconds. Is there anything you can do to stop it as in Congress?
Yes. First, we will fight it in the courts along with, people who will file suits. But second, I would hope, Kristen, that some of our Republican colleagues, seeing I know they're loyal to Trump and does whatever he wants, but this is so far stepping over the line that I'd hope some of them would join us in legislation to prevent it from happening. We have such a proposal. I'm part of it.
Straight up running cover for terrorists. Is there any other way to describe it? Honestly, I don't think there is. They're lecturing us on the president's supposed bad actions instead of condemning the mobs that are smashing windows and stalking federal officers. Trump's the problem for trying to tackle a literal domestic terror threat in the country. Think about how twisted that is. And it's not just a random septum ring blue-haired weirdo on TikTok. It's the top Democrat in the Senate who would rather point fingers at law enforcement and Republican leadership than call out the masked thugs who are destroying property, threatening people, and now in multiple cases have killed people. That tells you all that you need to know about where their priorities lie. They don't want stability. All they care about is political leverage. It's all about the political calculus for them. Obviously, the mobs on the streets are their foot soldiers. They raise their chants, they set the streets as the theater, they poke the bear, and then, of course, cause a law enforcement reaction. That creates the perfect scenario, the perfect recipe to manufacture viral outrage. This is a political party that turns chaos into political ammunition. The goal is always narrative. And if violence helps set that narrative, that the other side is the threat, well then why not? Even if that means putting people in harm's way, even if that means demonizing federal ICE officers and agents, which, by the way, top Democrats continue to describe as Gestapo.
We all hate what Trump is doing with ICE and these masked people running around like the Gestapo.
They can keep defending this chaos as legitimate protest, but I don't care what they say, I will continue calling it exactly what it is. This is organized intimidation and political theater. And so let's be absolutely clear here. Democrats aren't refusing to just stand against Antifa. They're actively siding with them. They would rather defend the violent mob than admit that Donald Trump is right about law and order and right about the radicalism problem on their side. It's disgusting, it's dangerous, and it proves once again that these people would rather play politics than protect their own citizens. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.